welcome back to Persona 3 Portable. I almost said Persona 4, but no, that's not true. We just defeated the dancing hands, so we're going to be going up some floors. The shadows there seem different. If you think you're strong enough, you could split the party up and have everyone to fight individually. It might be a little risky, but everyone will gain experience quicker. However, if the enemies are too tough, then it's better to stick together. Think carefully before you decide. Well, we're going to be sticking together for a little bit. Yes, I know. We're going to be sticking together for a little bit, but we'll discuss about splitting up and how that works soon. We have one more enemy that we want to face, and this is it. Yay! So the trans twins are weak against fire and ice, and they resist electricity, so pretty much anybody that we have, we can just go all out with them. Now, you'll notice here that I'm not analyzing all the enemies. That's simply because it's, well, we're defeating them far too quickly. And this is the last enemy that we haven't seen on these floors, except for the wealth hands, which are the little gold enemies. I don't expect to see those, or actually catch one of those until a little bit later. I think we need Pixie. Well, if we don't, that's okay if we don't. And alright, so we actually are up to what we needed again. If we can go back to the entrance, I actually might. Not yet, but maybe on the next floor. Alright, let's go ahead and just finish up exploring here. And again, the enemies are like super easy, so we're just gonna rush most of these guys. And you can just see how quickly we're wiping, well, how quickly we should be wiping these guys out. We should be doing no kidding, tons of damage. So, okay, we got 10 experience there. Fantastic. Let's keep exploring. So the reason we're exploring, except for to find the next, get it! Okay, I don't know if we're gonna be able to defeat this or not. So this is the wealth hand. We've seen these before in Persona 4. These guys block ice, but are strong against everything, or don't have any other weaknesses or strength. Let's go see if we can hit him. We're not doing a hell of a lot of damage. Let's see if we can use Garo on it. Nope. Really? It says that, really, my stuff only said that they dodge ice. Huh. So the big thing here is, is we need to get a crit on them, or we need to do enough damage to take them out. And I actually didn't expect to do this because they're really hard, and it isn't until later where we can actually get enough of powerful weapons to actually defeat them. There it is. They're weak to piercing, apparently. I'm gonna have to double check this because apparently, according to my previous interactions with them, they didn't have any weaknesses. And from here we get a wealth coin, so this is fantastic news as well. The wealth coin is a dusty old coin and it might be valuable. Yes, you can sell these too. So we're gonna do that, and we actually need to find these later and defeat them again. But previously when I've done this, I'm actually gonna have to double check to see what they're weak against, because apparently they're also weak to, or they block wind. I'm gonna bet they block fire and electricity as well. Anyway, sorry about that. I apologize. I'm gonna correct that in when the little thing pops up so you guys can actually see what it's strong and weak against, because I don't know what the hell that was about. I'm gonna bet the person that put together the guide that I was looking at had no clue. And unfortunately, the guide I was using was actually largely based towards getting all the social links. And they really didn't pay attention to quests, they didn't pay attention to anything else, which is kind of infuriating. Because usually those things are considered in a full, in a full walkthrough. That was weird, they said it was distressed, but then when we were gonna defeat it, there were no distressed enemies. Huh. I don't know why that happens, I honestly don't. And we're gonna be doing a lot of this, rushing thing, so get used to it, at least for the first few floors. Now, we just picked up a short bow for Yukari, and that should actually be better than what we have. Yeah, so it's better by 2 attack points. So let's go ahead and equip that, so she'll be able to do a little bit more damage with her piercing attacks. Not that it's all that useful, except for apparently the wealth hands. Hell yes, if I had known that. I don't know. The last time I actually fought those guys, I think she went first anyway. So I think they went down and I just didn't note it. Because at the time I figured that the notes were all correct. Apparently I'm wrong. It's not the first time I've been wrong, and it won't be the last time I've been wrong. But I'll double check and make sure that it's correct. And if you see any inconsistencies or anything incorrect, in anything, let me know in the comments. You know, just send me a little note that says, hey, you're stupid, you fix your stuff. And I'll make sure to put a note in the, with a little annotation to make sure it's that is corrected. And I have no problems with that. Don't call me stupid, but just, you know, say, hey, you're wrong. You know, whatever guide you're using is stupid. Which is actually more correct than anything else. And I'm actually, most of the stuff, I actually have corrected a few, but most of them were actually fairly close this time around, so I wasn't too worried about it. I don't know why I'm showing off all the battles right now. I guess I'm just running through what we've seen before. And you're gonna be seeing the same few enemies when we get later in the game. Not too much further, actually. We're gonna be facing like 12 or 13 types of enemies, which will definitely spruce up the variety quite a bit. Okay, I'm looking at that little top space. Can I do this? No, I guess I can't do that. Up in the top left corner, I'm gonna bet that there's absolutely positively nothing up there. So let's go check. It's just gonna be a dead end. How much you guys wanna bet? No chest or anything like that. There's an enemy. Oh, there is a chest. Oh. Well, I'm disappointed. Alright, well let's show off how I'm gonna do this one. Is that EO? I think that's EO, as she just said. Rather than do the all-out attack here, I'm gonna go ahead and just start rushing. So he's gonna be dizzy, and then we're all just going to hit him. And yeah, so you can see if you don't use the all-out attack, you can take him out really easily. And you do extra damage if an enemy is down, so that's kind of nice. We already have one of those, and it's not as good as our wooden stick. It's actually a downgrade, so that's okay. We just go down here. Don't spend too much time on a single floor. If you spend too much time lollygagging, there'll be bad things happening. I detect a great source of power on the 14th floor. Be careful. Alright, so we got one more enemy apparently. Another big enemy. I don't know if it's one more, but it's definitely a big enemy coming up here. Alright, so let's just go ahead and rush these guys. Wow, crit too, huh? You can see how quickly we're going through these battles. And we're getting a ton of crits this time. What happened? Last time I wasn't getting a ton of crits. I'm confused. One of the reasons that I'm not cutting out all of the fights this time is simply because we went through them so quickly and we're just wiping the floor with these guys that I just don't care all that much to cut all these battles out, because there's really no, necessity. Look, they were distressed all on the floor, but now they're not distressed again. I don't get it. I'm guessing that means like the enemy on the floor will run from us. It's just that the distressed condition doesn't come with the enemies, and that's fine. It's no big deal. I was just kind of weird because I'm not used to it. So here's another party or a pack of enemies that don't have that. Oh my god. 2 crits at the same time, or 2 crits side by side? That's amazing. Go Junpei. Does that sword that we gave him actually boost his crit? Let's take a quick look. I know I'm kind of rushing through. It does. It ups his crit rate. I know it feels like I'm rushing through this, but I'm legitimately just defeating the enemies that damn quickly. Alright, well let's go ahead and check down here and see what we've got. We'll defeat these guys. Completely up to you whether or not you want to... Oh, hey. To fight all the enemies. Like I'm currently doing, you don't necessarily need to, because we're going to be looking for like money and stuff, but largely at this point, we're not going to be seeing any new enemies, and we're pretty good level, but if you want to, ooh, we get a new persona, yes, that is Angel. Let's grab her. It's kind of creepy, but yeah, we definitely want to grab her. I don't even know what I was saying at that point. So you can like totally just dodge these distressed enemies and not face them. However, the problem with that is, if you have too low a level later, you're gonna have some minor problems. So we want to make sure that we level up, and this is gonna take a little bit longer to do, but also we could possibly get shuffles that have money in them. So that is the other reason that we definitely want to do that. Let's go ahead and just rush these guys. Making sure to get a note here of what we mean persona-wise. Alright, we still have pixies, so let's just go ahead and pull this guy. What do we get? Another imitation katana, nothing useful. I think at this point, we're gonna need to get to the 2 swords to get anything useful out of that. Alright, so we have 3 more ways that we need to go. It really is a labyrinth, like, getting through all of this. Let's go ahead and go north. Oh, never mind. Let's go north. The shadow, or the fog of war, I guess, is kind of hard, makes it kind of hard for me to see too far into the distance. Alright, looks like there's a whole nother path this way. Those shoes clicking really gets annoying after a while. Or I could miss miserably. Hey, 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 hey! I don't know what Mitsuru was gonna say there. One of the things that will happen, and I guess I should note, as you're moving along the floors, eventually your people will start to say, hey, I'm really tired. Simply that means that you've been in Tartarus long enough that the tired condition will affect you the next day. It doesn't actually affect you, as far as I can tell, it doesn't start to affect you in the dungeon currently. So it's like, it's going to be later, like you've been in there longer. If you are only in Tartarus for like, for a shorter time, you won't actually get tired the next day, which I think is very strange. It doesn't always pop up though. It's just if you're like walking around a dungeon and you don't do anything. Now I got a muscle drink there. Don't get rid of those if you get any. You need one of those for a quest later, so make sure that if you find one that you keep it. Alright, I detect a great source of power somewhere above you. It's stronger than the one I sensed before. Stay alert. Oh. Oh no. Let's attack this guy. I see the item behind me. I like how they're so spaced out. Nice. Wow, crits all over the place. And a shuffle time. Let's get the experience. There we go. Yeah, it may at this point actually be worth heading back to the entrance to actually fuse some persona. We got a rash guard. Okay. I don't think... Okay, that would take him up to 40. That would leave me behind though. And I'm actually gonna give that to myself. The reason for that is pretty simple. If your main character goes down in battle, it's game over. Ah! Fine. One way or the other, there's really no way around that. Which could be good for actually giving your character fairly good armor, so that they can protect themselves and so they can withstand particular hits. I've had times in the past where I've gotten like critically hit but still survived, and that can be really good. Let's actually just go ahead and rush here. Oh nice, we got a crit on top of a weak. And he's too tired to get up, which is exactly what we wanted. But yeah, that's pretty important to note. Like, you don't want to let yourself fall behind. You know, maybe, oh gosh, Yukari's like really weak and she takes very few hits and she can go down really easily. But at the same point in time, you know, maybe was to be able to withstand a lot of stuff, but as soon as you get hit with a crit, maybe you'll go down, and obviously game over at that point. And we really, really don't want that. You know, we're gonna take this guy out anyway. I wasn't going to. I think this is gonna be another, grave beetle, but let's just go ahead and take him out. Or you could completely and utterly miss. I mean, that's fine too. It's not gonna be getting us anywhere. Nope. Let's just rush these guys. Oh, he didn't get tired. Oh, now he's dizzy. Yes, please. Yeah, this is kind of why I wanted to do that, because I want to actually have a couple multiples of, well, I want to use Angel a couple times, I think. Let's just go ahead and finish this up here. Ooh, Orpheus is level 6. He learns Tarunda. Taron... I don't even know. Anyway. I've been working with some pronunciation guides for Japanese words, so hopefully I won't be completely sucking every single time I'm actually trying to pronounce a Japanese word for you guys. I'm doing okay. I only started this week, so if you're wondering if I'm like pronouncing stuff like that, it's because I'm actually trying to figure out how to pronounce it properly for you. be happy that I actually care enough to do that. And I've always been putting it off, and always been really difficult for me to actually, I'm really bad at languages. I don't know if anybody else is like this. I took Spanish in high school because I had to do it for college entrance. I was basically a C student in Spanish. I think I largely passed my first year because I don't actually know how I passed my first year, in all honesty, thinking back on it. I'm really bad with language in general, so I don't know how I passed. But I passed, and I think my second year in Spanish, you had to take 2 years of Spanish to get into college. I think the teacher took pity on me, in all honesty, and that's the only reason I passed. Actually, we had to do this really crappy, like, we were supposed to give a play. Ooh, we're up to level 9 here. Fantastic. Cool, that's exactly what we needed too. Well, we had to do this like play in class, and we got the option later because we didn't have enough time to do all the plays to actually record it at home and do it, and then just turn the tape in. We didn't really have computers at that point in time, so we were asked to actually do physical tapes, which was kind of weird. But so I think that's the only reason I actually passed. I don't know if it was because of that tape that the teacher took pity on me, because she assigned me with, let's see, there was 3 other people, and one of them was like a really jock type person, and the other 2 were complete class clowns, for a lack of better words. Like, they were constantly screwing around. And, oh, ow, 2, that was, all right, everybody up. We're okay, but still, I wasn't expecting 2 of my guys to go down. But I was, you know, I kind of was out of place there. I was always kind of a nerd growing up anyway, but I wasn't very good, and I got stuck with the 2 class clowns and a jock, and things just didn't go very well. I had to like go over to their house and had to like record this play, and it was just terrible. It's one of my worst memories. And we turned the tape in, and we were actually supposed to watch it, but we never actually did. And I don't know, I never actually saw the finished product, so I don't know what was on there that, you know, made it so that we never got to see it in class, which is really questionable, if you ask me anyway. But ever since then, I've always had kind of like an aversion to learning learning another language. And it's always been kind of hard for me anyway, because I'm really bad at English, so let's just add a second language on there and see what happens. I'm hoping this guy's distressed. We're just gonna run back to the end, or to the exit. I'm not even gonna face any extra enemies. But I really don't know. Learning another language has been kind of tough, and I'm not really good at memorization. It's one of the things that I actually liked about the sciences when I went into it during college. I really didn't have to memorize a whole hell of a lot. You know, we got to use equations and stuff like that. And I can memorize how to use equations, but memorizing the equations, I don't think so. I detect 1 shadow in this floor's central area. It's relatively strong, so be cautious. I don't know, if you don't like learning new languages and you're, you know, in good company with me. Alright, so let's go ahead and save here. You're in very good company, quite frankly. And let's go ahead and heal as well. Now let's go ahead and go into the velvet room here. Let's go ahead and fuse. So, there's a couple things that we want here. I actually want to, not you, fuse Pixie and Abstrus again to get another Nekomata. Let's go ahead. No. We actually do want to do that. Thank you. And we're gonna want Nekomata for another fusion that we're going to be doing after this. So we're definitely going to do that. And actually, this isn't the only Nekomata we're gonna want after we complete. Yeah, okay. I'm trying to think here who I want to take with me in the next battle and how I want to do this. So I'm going to be fusing Persona with this Nekomata, and I don't want to have Orpheus with me. Do I want to bring him? Let's just bring Nekomata. that will work. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and do that. I'm just looking over my notes to make sure that I know exactly what I need here. So I'm gonna be fusing another Nekomata, and I'm gonna be using this one to do another fusion. There's a couple other ones that we actually want to have later, and we'll be doing all of that in this next batch of stuff. So don't worry, I'll be not really. I mean, I'll probably be showing all that off, but it'll be a little bit different. I won't be like running around and picking up Persona. So let's go ahead and fight. What the heck is this? You can win. I'm certain of it. Well, let's take a look here.
It seems you've attracted the Guardian's attention. Its arcana is the Chariot.
Alright, so what we've got here is the Rampage Drive. The Rampage Drive has no weaknesses, it resists fire, it blocks slash, pierce, light, and dark, and it reflects striking attacks. So yeah, there's a problem here. If you look at what we've got, I went ahead and equipped Nekomata here. It's a good bet if you have him. Do not use Orpheus to attack. It's going to be using electricity, and that's going to be bad. So we're going to go ahead and just use fire against it. We're going to be getting resistance all over the place, so might as well. We're going to go ahead and use Yukari's Garo. That'll help because it does a full amount of damage. And so the Agi will actually be doing more damage than the slashing or piercing attacks that they do have. Now, wow, missed that. Yeah, so we're gonna, if you actually use like slash or pierce because it's blocked, obviously you're not gonna do any damage. So you're gonna wanna go ahead and use Garo, Agi, you could use Bofo if you've got it. Don't use Junpei's regular attacks, you're gonna miss. Really? Ow. Actually, Bofo might actually be one of the better ones to use if you have it. But Nekomata doesn't have any weaknesses per se, so that's also a good thing to have. No, it won't. But the Rampage Drive at our level, I believe it's only level 8, so we're very easily going to stomp on this guy. Ow. Let's actually go ahead and heal Yukari there. That's the other thing about Nekomata is if you fused it the way I did, it will have the Dia. And yes, you're gonna probably need that. And it's actually not a bad thing to have healing support skills. There we go. Yep, there it is. So it's got Mazio. Orpheus is weak to Mazio or to any Zio attacks. So be very cautious. Now actually, Nekomata knows Provoke, and I think, let me check something here. Well, we may not be able to check something here if we defeat this Chariot Arcana dude. Yeah, it looks like we're gonna defeat him. I believe Provoke allows you to, yep, there we go, move attacks off of other people, so it focuses on you. So anyway, we get 100 experience and the Balm of Life. Yukari levels up here, so I think it's Io. She's going to learn Charmandi at level 16. Very useful attack to have. Very useful. That's another support skill. Alright, so Hermes learns a Rakokaja, so that's fantastic. Alright, so let's go ahead and just move on here. We got a couple chest here, another Balm of Life. Now, Balm of Life and a Soma. Fantastic. So the Balm of Life, I can't remember off the top of my head which one's which. Okay, so Soma fully restores the party's HP and SP, and the Balm of Life revives an enemy, or an ally. Don't revive an enemy. Revives an ally, fully restoring the HP. So it's like a revival bleed, but much, much better. I thought that's what it was, but I was actually thinking it was backwards. Alright, the structure of the next floor seems to be different. See what you can find out. Okay. Let's go ahead and kill some enemies here. So we're gonna go ahead and finish this episode out strong, I'm hoping, by just wiping these guys off the face of the planet. You know what, just go all out. It's gonna be quicker. Not using an all-out attack, just going on. Okay, and this is also good because we actually need the persona. So let's go ahead and do that. And that was one of the things I was hoping we'd be able to find some of the various persona that we needed. And at this point, most of the enemies should be running from you, so that's great.
They appear distracted.
Last one.
And actually at this point, well, we'll talk about that in a minute. Ooh, and the pixie, that's exactly what I needed. Fantastic. Good timing on that one. I mean, so it would be fantastic if you can get to level 12, just as a heads up. Get him, get him. Oh, yes. Let's see if he runs.
That's a rare form. Teach it a lesson.
All right, let's just go ahead and attack it. Ooh, nice.
A rare form. Don't let it
Let's
escape.
see, I don't have any piercing attacks, do I? No, I don't. Alright, well I was hoping to help out Yukari, but I actually can't in that regard.
Please hit.
Go ahead and...
Defeat it.
Oh, no. I wonder if it changes its weakness from turn to turn, because if you notice, he hit with that slash and it didn't do a weak attack. I'm not sure. I'm gonna ignore this guy and just go on to the next floor. And I'll stop squeaking. It's a dead end. Good work, return to the entrance. So you can see here that there's a barrier surrounding this and it says the path to the next floor is blocked. You can't go any farther. But we do have a chest here, so let's go ahead and see. Obtained old document 01. Yeah, so if you go ahead and you go to system here, you can go to glossary, and you've got a bunch of different stuff here. You've got, it talks about everything, the Kijiro group, Tartarus, Evoker, Siege, Shadow, Social Link, Persona, Potential, yeah, everything's in here. If you see a little book that's green, it's probably in here. So let's read the old document 1. The electricity's hooked up, but why do they need so much? There's only a school on this island. Interesting, huh? I wonder what that's about. So all right, we can actually, there's so much blood on this floor, good grief. Like, I don't know what else that could be. It's red, it's dark, and it's kind of liquidy. You tell me what it is. I'm gonna go ahead and heal up here. We don't really need to, but I want to. And persona-wise, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to fuse Orpheus with Nekomata to get a hero font. The reason we want to do that is we're going to be starting that social link very, very soon. So let's go ahead and do that. We're also going to want a Emperor Lover's Magician. And it would be great if you could do, there's a couple other ones that you could do that would be really useful, but not necessary. So let's go ahead and fuse Nekomata again. And I think, oh, fuck. Okay, so I wasn't aware that this was going to happen this early. I'm glad it did. This is what happens when things fail. I'm afraid it did not turn out as we expected. I'm Chimera, the stalwart harbinger of thy victory. Really, Igor? Ah, no. Well, we're gonna have to find, that's a chariot persona. We're gonna need a chariot persona, but that's not what I wanted. We're gonna have to find another pixie and another Apsaris to actually create the persona that we need, because we need a magician persona. Oh, and if it fails, you can't cancel out of it. That's why I was just like, what's going on? Why can't I cancel? Let me save, since we've gone that far. I actually didn't mean to overwrite that one, but it's okay. So here's what we're going to do. So, actually, let me stop for a second here. I have 20,000 yen. I didn't gain anything this time. And we're gonna start from floor 2. Oh yes, all the way at the bottom. Aren't you excited? And here's what we're gonna do. On each floor, I'm gonna go ahead and split up the party. So they're going to begin exploring, and they're not gonna be fighting any enemies, because they don't need to be. They are going to collect stuff for you. And they'll let you know. And then once they're done exploring, it won't hurt to actually explore yourself. Once they're done exploring, you can actually go ahead and, yeah, I'll tell you where the stairs are. So you can go ahead and just run over to the stairs. In this case, I'll go ahead and explore a little bit to help out. I don't know if there's any stuff over here. Nope, nothing over here. But once you're done, if you go, you can actually see what's going on and how much is done. You just go to the stairs. And they'll come and they'll drop off the yen to you, or the items that they find. And if you feel like you had a few new ideas about fighting, it seems like you'll be able to gain more XP on this floor. So go ahead and just split up. The other thing is, on this floor, you can, on these lower floors, you can actually, defeat shadows and stuff like that. Ooh, rare item. On these floors, you can actually defeat enemies, get the persona that you need to go ahead and fuse. Maybe we'll do that, and hopefully it won't fail this time. I have never had a failure this early in the game, quite frankly. I have no idea what the hell is going on. Ignore the squeaking as much as you can. I can't stop it from squeaking, so I apologize. Let's go ahead and move on. Alright, so we get another 1,000 yen. And, ooh, some shoes. Let's go ahead and equip those. So shoes, oh, no. I mean, yes. We go in here, you can actually see, I'm guessing those are for men only, there we go. So, these are for men, they increase endurance by 3, and you can look into the top right here, you can see evasion. So this actually ups your evasion. So your evasion and defense are 2 separate stats that are controlled by 2 separate items. This is good. I actually kind of like this because if you have items that have both, sometimes you'll have better defense, sometimes you'll have better evasion. Well, now they're completely separate. Yes, it costs a little bit more, but you have some control over what you actually have there. So I like that. So this is what I'm gonna do, is I'm gonna go ahead and go up as many floors as I need to go, and I will probably go all the way to the top, and I will do that over and over again until I actually get all the yen I need. At the same point in time, whenever I find gold enemies, I'll fight them. I probably won't find too many of them. And then on top of it, if, I obviously need some different personas, since thanks for screwing everything up, yo. We'll be able to get the persona that I need and fuse them. Distress is one foe, huh? So anyway, that's what I'm gonna do between this time and next time. I'm going to have 60,000 yen. I'll show you what persona I fused. I may be at a higher level at that point in time. It'd be great if I could get up some levels, but probably not. And I will see you next time. Let me know what you think. If you have any, comments on getting some, all this yen and stuff, let me know what you think, because this is something that actually kind of surprised me as well. I wasn't completely sure. Is that a gold enemy? One last thing before I leave here. I wasn't entirely sure how you guys would feel about having to grind for money. This is the only time that you'll have to grind, which is a great thing. Oh, there it goes. That's actually usually what happens, is the gold enemies.
Continue with the investigation.
What investigation? We're not investigating anything. Anyway. I'm gonna go ahead and let these guys explore. You tell me what you think, and I will see you next time.